welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, hello, my name is Leslie and I make makeup and motivation videos. Sometimes I do lifestyle videos and beauty related videos as well. So make sure you hit that subscribe button and the notification bell before you leave and join the Glam Squad. So today is Motivation Monday. It is a series that I developed to do motivational videos based on life experiences that I have experienced or people that I know have experienced, and different things that I've researched and learned along the way. And today the topic that I would like to talk about is self-doubt. As most of you already know, this past weekend I did my very first convention with the company that I work for, and that is unique. We had a convention in Orlando, Florida, and in order to get there and to save money and time and things like that, I had to fly. And most of you know that I have never done that before, so this was a very, very big deal for me. Not only have I ever flown, but I had to fly by myself. I had to navigate throughout the airport and the flight process and the security process and all of those things by myself, something that was very, very new to me. I also maneuvered to and from the convention center. I did room with a couple of other ladies, but a lot of the time I was alone and away from my family, and that was also very new to me as well. And you know that I struggle so very much with self-doubt, and had I had this opportunity come along a couple of years ago, I would most definitely have said no, flat out no, not even tried to make it happen, not even try. So needless to say, this was a very eye-opening experience, a very empowering experience, and not only were all of the things that I did as a first important to me, but the overall experience was very important to me. I met some wonderful, beautiful, intelligent ladies along the way. I got to meet face-to-face some of our teammates that I had never laid eyes on before. I got to meet a lot of the leaders in the company, and the speakers were excellent. I learned so much valuable information that I would love to carry on and share with you all, and super excited about the new things that are to come. So that being said, today's video is addressing that subject of self-doubt. So in my research about the subject, I went on a couple of videos on YouTube and referenced a couple of books and things like that. The main one was the 5-second rule. If you're not familiar with this book, this is a book written by Mel Robbins, and it basically is a technique that you can use to change the way you're thinking or feeling in order to change the outcome. So she sat down with an interviewer and did a video based on self-doubt, and these are the things that I learned from that. Basically, the whole subject matter revolves around mindset. Change your mindset, you can change just about anything. And a quote that she said in the video that was super, super important, it made a lot of sense, and it is completely empowering. You don't have self-doubt, you have a habit of doubting yourself. You don't have self-doubt, you have a habit of doubting yourself. Any thinking pattern you have is a habit and can be broken by using science. When you really look at it and you approach it from that standpoint, you can see that if it is a habit, it can be broken. It's just like any other habit that we have. And that takes so much pressure off of it, because you don't feel like, oh, this is something I've been given, this is something I've inherited, this is something that I'll have to live with the rest of my life. No. It's something that hasn't been instilled in you. It's something that you have learned. It's something that you have gravitated to, but it's become a habit. It's not ingrained within you, so it is a habit and it can be changed. She says to police your thoughts. They drift when you're not aware of it or you're busy, and that's where her whole 5-second rule comes into play. When you recognize that you're having a thought or you are leaning towards the self-doubt, then you police that. You stop. You count backwards, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and that gives you a moment to process the information, to change your thinking, and then to change the outcome. She goes on to say that you can't control what's going on around you, but you can control what you think next. So you don't have any control over other people's behaviors. You don't have any control over things that you will face in life, situations that you will face. Hard luck, you know, that's going to happen. But if you change the way that you think about it, the way that you view it, the way that it makes you feel, you can control what you think next. It can change the whole experience. You may not be able to change the event, but you can change the experience within yourself. You can change the way that you feel inside. You can change the way that you approach it, which makes all the difference in the world. She also goes on to say that, you know, going back to the aspect of you can't control what's going on around you. You can't control what's happened to you. You can't control what's happening to you. You are not a victim. You might have been victimized, but you are not a victim. So basically what she's saying is that you can overcome what has happened to you. Don't stay the victim. Don't stay victimized. That's not you. Whatever happened to you is not you. That is not your being. That is not your purpose. That is not your inner person. That is victimization, and you can change how you feel about that and how you live the rest of your life based on how you feel about that, if that makes sense. Another video that I found during my research was from Tony Robbins, so I took a couple of things from his speech during that video as well. And basically, he says this quote, "Confidence is not something you have, it's something you create. The sense of power within yourself can be created in a moment." In other words, you do not automatically have confidence every single day of your life. Nobody's that confident. Nobody has confidence every single minute of every single day. But you can create that sense of power within a moment by changing the way you think. It's all about state of mind, and change your movements, your breathing, your facial expression. Change your physiologic response, and you can develop a sense of power. Have you ever noticed how if you're standing with your arms folded and you're slumped and you're looking down, you have absolutely no confidence whatsoever. You're portraying that you have absolutely no confidence. But have you ever noticed that if you stand up straight and you open up your chest and you open up your shoulders and you really open up yourself, you automatically feel a little better about yourself and you have some confidence? If you deep breathe instead of panic and hyperventilate, you automatically feel a little bit better. Control your mental focus. He says we experience what we focus on. If you tell yourself in the very beginning of the day as you're waking up and you're getting yourself together and you tell yourself this is going to be a terrible day, you're going to have a terrible day. If you wake up and you say, no matter what life throws at me today, I'm going to have a good day, you're probably going to have a good day. Control the questions you ask yourself. If you are facing something that you're trying to accomplish, if you're facing something that you fear, if you're going through an experience in life, if you constantly ask yourself, can I do this? Am I worthy of this? Do I deserve this? Am I capable of this? Is this going to hurt me? Am I going to hurt someone else? Is somebody going to hate me? Is somebody going to feel differently about me? Is somebody, if you continue to ask yourself those negative questions, you're going to believe that stuff and it's going to inhibit you. You're not going to do what you set out to do because you have just convinced yourself that it's not a good idea. Don't only be confident if you have already done something. This really applies to my little situation with this trip and everything. It could have been easy for me to be confident had I flown before. It could have easily been confident. I could have easily been confident if I had gone to convention before and I knew what to expect. I could have easily been confident if I knew these people that I'm rooming with, if I knew these people that I was going to meet. I didn't know any of that. I'd never done any of that. But because I said, I need this, I want this, and I deserve this, it came easy to me. It was no big deal. And I did it, and I was glad I did it. Had I not, I would regret that. I would have that deep set of, why didn't you do that? Gosh, I wish I could have done that. Coulda, woulda, shoulda. And in closing, I have another quote from him, and he says, if I believe it, I can achieve it. I believed that I could do that. I believed that I deserved to do that. And I did it. It's like that with anything. If you really believe it, if you change your way of thinking, if you say, I can really do this, it might be hard, but I can do it, you're gonna do it. So basically, those are just some of the things that I took from some of the research that I did on self-doubt. And self-doubt is something that I could probably do multiple videos about, I could probably touch on a lot of aspects of the self-doubt, and I probably will create more content based on that because there is so much to talk about. But basically, these two resources were saying that by changing your way of thinking, you can change so much. So I hope that you took something from this. I hope that you can take and use that 5-second rule or any other rule that you want to come up with that can be similar in its healing process or its thought changing process. You can take a second and you can really think, okay, is what I'm thinking going to change the outcome in a positive or a negative way? And if it's going to change it in a negative way, you need to change that thought. So I hope that some of these tips and tricks and information can help you. And as always, if you have any questions or concerns or I can help you in any way, definitely contact me. Make sure you follow along to learn more about my journey and to learn more about what I am doing to help uplift others. So thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe before you leave, and don't forget to turn on your notifications bell so that you don't miss any of my future content. I would love to have you on this journey with me.